How are you, Lolo?
I'm good. How are you?
Mate, we're bloody excited. It's a big day here in Australia. It's the day we all look forward to with the Good Things Festival lineup announced. Look, I don't. It's probably a much better state of affairs over where you are, but here in Australia, like the festival scene and live music, things just keep getting cancelled. We understand it's a long way for artists to come and the costs involved and then the cost of living here in Australia. But Good Things is one thing that has stood the test of time, and it's the day we all look forward to. And we're so stoked for you to come down here. And we understand it's your first time down under as well.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy that Good Things did not cancel, so that's amazing. It's my first time in Australia. I'm so excited. It's been at the very top of my bucket list for years, and I've been trying to get down there. I almost did something last year, and then it didn't work out because of timing. And so now I'm doing this year, and I'm so stoked.
Yeah, I mean, the timing couldn't really be any better, of course, as well. Like your album out this year as well. You've had some time to sit with that. And I mean, have you had any specific reactions from Australian fans on the album, or has it sort of just been like more of a, like just a total thing?
Yeah, I mean, always whenever I'm looking at like my Spotify statistics or
Hmm.
my Apple Music, it's always my top listeners are in Australia. And I'm like, I have to get down to Australia. So just in general, and the comment, anytime I announce a tour, when are you coming to Australia? When are you coming to Australia? It's pretty much my come to Brazil, but it's
Oh,
just
Yeah.
Australia.
you
The
beat me
come
to what
to
I was gonna
Brazil is
say.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's literally it. So I'm so happy that it's finally happening. It feels like a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, we have such a plethora of, I guess, people who want to enjoy the music that you make. I mean, myself included. My fiance actually was my discovery point for you. Probably a couple of years ago, I think, with yeah, I'm trying to think of what song it might have been.
You turn me on, but you give me depression. How girls in
Yeah,
hell.
no, it would have been You Turn Me On, But You Give Me Depression. Yes, and that was just on like heavy rotation, and I was like, I'm actually taking music recommendations from my partner now, and ever since then, I've just been listening to you and enjoying the journey and watching you grow, and it just feels like I don't know the vibe in Australia is going to be so perfect for you because we've grown up with that same sort of internet culture. I feel that like is in America and Canada. And so much of what makes your music so special is that you speak so honestly about what it's been like to grow up through that. And I think that that's why it's resonated so strong with us down here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I feel like also Canadians and Australians, I feel like we would have similar humor and similar kind of vibe, you know?
We often get sort of compared, like personality wise, that sort of laid back but sort of kind natured.
Yeah.
They're always comparable, and for me, Canada's on my bucket list as well. I haven't necessarily got a huge music catalog to rest on to make that dream come true, but hopefully one day it does happen. I know, like obviously 3 days of festival while you're down here, but are you planning to sort of stick around for a bit or get here early and do some things while you're down here, or is it just going to be sort of
Yes,
business trip?
I am planning some sideshows, which
Oh, here we
I
go.
can't say yet, but there will be sideshows, so I can say that for sure. And I'm definitely planning to extend my trip, I guess, and explore because I'm not flying all the way there for just a few days, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty of places there and so many I mean I don't know what your sort of contact points are with the Australian music scene and your sort of variety, but we have so many fantastic artists that would be like amazing for you to like to support you on your tour. Like I don't know, are there any Australian artists in your sort of like wheelhouse that you've been sort of like, listening to or keeping out on or that singer-songwritery sort of thing?
Honestly, I have to check out the singer-songwriter. I mean, yeah, I have to really check out who could be support for me, but one of my old label mates, Stand Atlantic, I
Yep.
love them. And
Mhm.
we've always, we've always had such a good time together, and I'm happy to be in the same country as their homeland. I love
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, Stan Atlantic are great. Another band that's gone from strength to strength over the years as well. And it's I guess yeah, another Fearless record alumni, the people who are sort of championing that sound. And I'll be honest, like the album, I mean, it's been out for a while now. You've had time to digest it. People have kind of been able to sift through it and pick the songs that stick out to them. But there are so many ones on this album that I think sort of work for so many different reasons, and I think that it's hard it's hard for myself and my co-host over here because so much of it feels like it's written for like women's experiences, but I'm still able to listen to it and sort of connect in ways that go, okay, no, that like that still works for me, you know, and like there's feelings of like anxiety and just trying to like understand like human connection and all those things are so I don't know, like I think the reason why it works so well is because it's so personal, and that's what that singer-songwriter style works so well for. But I don't know, I think like the Punisher working right now, and that's like popping off, and that track is so great. I heard you talking about that on another interview, and I think that that's like I don't know, it's such a real track. Is that one of your favorites on the album, or are there other ones that are sort of like you're waiting for them to kind of hit their straps?
Yeah, honestly, The Punisher is one of my favorites. That and Me with No Shirt On and Lobotomania, which is funny because a lot of those are more singer-songwritery. But I find The Punisher so funny because it's so. I mean, I feel like most people wouldn't sing necessarily about so openly about stalking their ex
Mm.
online, and
Yeah, no,
in
there was no
person.
holds barred on it. Like it's just like straight up, this is what I'm doing, and
I
I
am
hate
driving
it,
by your
but I'm
house right
doing it.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I let's just say I am blocked on Instagram now.
Hell yeah.
No
Hell
more
yeah.
stalking for me. But I'm really happy with how everybody's receiving all of the songs for sure.
Now, obviously, us here, we've only just got the news in the last sort of 24 hours about the Good Things Festival lineup. You would have had a bit of time to digest it yourself. Is there any bands on there that you haven't necessarily crossed paths with? You're looking forward to sharing, maybe a green room or some stage time with? Like, who are you looking forward to catching up with while you're down here?
Well, it's funny. I actually just got the list or the picture an hour ago. So,
All right.
but I did look at it. Obviously, always happy and excited to share a green room or backstage with Simple Plan because those
Yep.
are my boys,
Yep.
and they're like my older brothers. I love them so much. Also excited to see Devil Wears Prada. I did a song with them a couple years ago, and I never actually met them in that process. I just recorded it in my bedroom and sent them the stems, but then I later met them at a festival, but just for a second. So I really I want to get to know them more. Same with Neck Deep. I've toured with them, but I've never actually spoken to them because we were on a tour where I was first and they were like ninth. You know, it was like a sad summer fest, something with tons of bands on a tour. So I didn't actually get to see them. So I'm looking forward to actually cornering them and talking to them and saying, how have we never talked? But yeah, also Bill Murray. I've seen a lot of videos of them online and we follow each other on Instagram, but I've never actually spoken to them either.
Great
They're
hits.
exploding at the moment, aren't they? Hey, Canada's doing they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this bill as well. Yourself, Simple Plan, Spirit Box, like there must be some pride there.
Yeah, I mean, always love the Canadian pride, you know? Very proud to be Canadian.
I think you might find it a little bit. This will be your first time down under. Obviously, the other guys will give you a bit of a heads up, but you're coming pretty hot summertime for us. Last year, I know a lot of the bands sort of really suffered with the heat, so I wouldn't be, preparing any sort of winter jackets, that's for sure.
Oh God, yeah, I'm actually really excited because it's our winter here in Canada and I'm gonna just dodge it completely and be in Australia. I think that's the perfect time to go. Originally, like last year, we were trying to plan something, and it was gonna be your guys' winter and my
Hmm.
summer, and I was like, no,
I'm not I'm not
I'm not
trading
doing
that.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Opposite, opposite. I want to escape my winter, go to their summer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. Hey, with your background in theater, I wanted to sort of get a bit more of an idea about sort of like the songwriting process for you because like we kind of share a similar background in that sense. Like I kind of grew up as a theater kid and then transitioned into like, writing not theater music. But that upbringing of sort of being around that music, which is I think some of the best, I don't know if you find the same thing, but some of the best storytelling I find is in that music because you're able to express it without any boundaries. Like you can talk, you can sing, you can act, you can dance, you can do everything. Do you feel like that influences your writing, especially melodically? And it's funny you bring up Me with No Shirt On because when I hear that melody, it feels like a theater track that you've adapted into that sort of pop rock, like pop punk sound. Like, do you ever feel that sort of like those two worlds bleeding into one another?
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny that you say that because I also felt that about Me with No Shirt On. And I mean, I definitely in my live show, the theater is there. I
Mm,
definitely bring the dramatics and I have I mean, it's harder with a 30-minute set, but for people that do come to my headline shows, it's like I have different like voiceovers and I'll have like different my last tour I actually I would started with the whole Wizard of Oz like bum 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 bum. That was like my intro and it was all very dramatic and my I have my set and everything like looks very you can tell I'm a theater kid when you go to my show.
mm,
100%.
mm.
So that I've really tried to keep like the dramatics and all of that really fun, everything fun about theater, and I try to put that into my show, and I think it's cool.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's there's a lot of people who are in that sort of that genre, but that for me is a real point of difference when I listen to your music, and it's so hooky. Like you know what it's like. Some of your favorite songs from like Wicked or I don't know, like the last 5 years or something like that. It's like they're like bangers. Like they're such like earworms, and like being able to champion that like theater writing into that genre, I think is the thing that's gonna just keep people coming back because it's satiating from a musical perspective. On similar artists and inspirations and stuff, you've got a show coming up with Lights in a couple of days. Is
Yeah.
Lights an inspo for you? Have you like kind of grown up listening to her?
Yeah, see, it's funny. I mean, she had a couple songs on the radio that I listened to for sure, but
Yeah.
it was actually like later, I feel like in life that I listened to her more rather than growing up. But I also saw her. We both played Manchester the same night when we were in the UK.
Nice.
Just menu but different rooms, and so I got to meet her, and we met up before the show and got to talk in our green rooms for a bit, and that was really cool.
Sick. Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be so great having you here down under. As so many people have grown up loving Michelle Branch, Alanis Morissette, and you even you referenced Ashley Simpson in an interview as well, which I loved because
Yeah.
I'm actually like a huge fan. Even like Paris Hilton's like rock music, I actually dig, and I think that that sort of stuff like is so back in vogue now. And it's just so good having that style come through in such a sincere honest way. So having that added to the Good Things Festival lineup is going to be the perfect mix, I think. It's
Yeah,
going to
for
be a
sure.
really good like blend of everything. So can't wait to
Yeah.
have you here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm always a little bit intimidated by rock festivals because I feel like I'm normally the poppiest person on the lineup
Mm.
because I really do think I'm doing like pop rock or pop punk, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes it's very intimidating because I know that everybody else is a lot heavier than me, and I'm like, I hope they like me. I hope they're interested in, an ear break from some metal music or something. Like it's just scary sometimes.
Yeah, well, I think we opened our day with Scene Queen
We did last
last year
year.
when we
Yeah.
were on the ground, and I'm sure she was feeling the same thing. A very different artist
Well, she's a
to
lot.
everybody.
I'm a,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah, she's a lot heavier than I am, but yeah.
yeah, it's just I guess it's just like, being a female in a male dominated genre of like metal for so long, you probably have those feelings. But I promise you, we are very friendly down here. Everyone's gonna be
Oh yeah, we're gonna love it.
very, very rapt to have that break from the heavy stuff, as you say. But I
Yeah,
think people will be you might get the most enthusiastic moshing you've ever had. I'll say that.
love that.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time. We can't wait to have you down here for Good Things Festival. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.